I am Ann-Peggy Divine. Welcome to the Divine Design, the podcast where we unfold heaven on earth and reframe spirituality and theology for a new cosmic era. Your journey on human evolution and integration of your divine design starts here. Welcome, Saleena Songbird and Colin Whitby to this Divine Design podcast.
Hi.
Aloha.
Good to be here.
And this is actually a podcast that is an extension of the last one, but we all have lined up and we are feeling the new energy, the feminine energy just coming through us. And when we line up, all of us have experienced much of the same. Holding the space for the family, all things coming up, and also going more into the embodiment of the newness. New human, I also call it homo luminous. I speak a lot about homo luminous these days because this is kind of what we are becoming, more light. And Colin, your background is kind of light, more light.
Well, this was the I think that you, when Saleena asked you if there's an image that you'd responded to, this was one of them, because this is a double, and it's what I was getting earlier on, because we were talking about, shall I put this as a background, that there's something coming through the sun, which is this representation of, but not just our sun, but then the central sun and beyond. And the sense I'm getting is that there's a stream of codes or new information that it's almost like that's going to be riding through me. And you're mentioning like the divine feminine, or the mother energies, and they seem to want to come through you, both of you. So there does seem to be this again an alchemy of the three of us. And each one's playing a slightly different role, it would seem. But my feeling is I'm a stream of something. I'll read you what somebody told me yesterday. What we thought we were. This was my conversation yesterday. That we're a pure source field in expression. And it's an interesting way of describing source, but as a source field in expression, we're that.
Yeah. Yes.
And the power in those words, again, off the charts. I mean, you just, am I? Yes, of course I am. And suddenly it's flowing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say that there because I think this isn't just us. Like, okay, yeah, we're talking about it, but everyone has this. This is a potential in every single one of us, and I think that's what we're, our role, if you like, is to maybe just facilitate it, open it in these conversations. But there's an energy really flowing through our words.
Yeah,
I did want to mention that the art or the designs behind each one of us. The one behind Colin is called Vibra number 100, which is the Sun Ascension Portal. And the one that's behind me is a Vibra that's never been published before. I don't know a whole lot about it yet. It's called B1. It's taken the number of Vibra number 95. They don't come in order, just so you know. And it came through the host of the queen bee, the energy of the overseeing queen bee spirit of the bees, which are, who are so very important. But it's called B1 Nectar from Source. And it's a divine, it's a portal right through the Vesica Pisces, that sacred shape of the feminine shape of the female, and also through Sophia's energy, which I have been being part of her spokeswoman, for years, and Mary Magdalene.
Yeah.
And so that's why I put her Sophia Rose here on the other side as an overlay. So those are the energies that are coming in this morning, and they're very light, they're very airy, they're very playful. It's like an uplifted, playful, so different from the seriousness that's been, coming down on us in so many ways as we clear the old paradigms, the old beliefs, the old secrets. Is a lot of these old deep secrets that we hold, whether it's that we don't know how to tell them, or we think we're being nice not to say it or let it out, or we just don't know how, they are exploding out, and especially in family dynamics and relationships right now, and clearing, because what I keep getting is community, family, community. It doesn't have to be genetically related family, but families, communities, that's important in the energies that are coming in.
Yeah.
And so what I'd like to do is I would like to invite us to open our hearts. And I read this a little earlier to Ann-Peggy, but I'd like to read it's portions of a message that came through my sister Mary Angelico on July 9th, the same day that so much came through for you, Ann-Peggy.
Yeah.
And as it was personal to both of us, but I felt like it was also general to everybody. And so I wanted to read a little bit just to open the portal and invite the divine feminine in, and open our hearts and connect us at this moment for whatever they have in mind, because I have a feeling we're in for something really powerful here. So this came through on July 9th in the middle of an art treat that my sister Mary Angelico and I were participating in. And it was at 2:02 in the morning, and she does not walk around in the middle of the night like I do, but she said, "I feel compelled to get up, sit up, and write. There is a message or experience that I am here to receive. The mothers wish to peek in, such a portal, an expansion. For so long, you have carried Mary, you have carried the mother energies. Saleena, for so long, you have hosted Mary Magdalene and Sophia energies in your consciousness. These are divine archetypes that have served you well. We are upgrading tonight. Not taking away, but upgrading. There is a greater, more cohesive origins energy that wishes to up-level you into greater, more cohesive, whole understanding and practice. Each level that you go through is a gift, an understanding, a color that serves you, your time and space and lessons of the moment. We are blowing the lid off of definitions. Even though you feel sentimental or attached to a certain idea, it does not dishonor it to bring in more. You understand and practice this well, Saleena. Mary, you're learning. So we commend you, all of you, on your boldness and willingness. It takes courage to explore the unknown, and you have a zest for life that transcends the need for comfort and sameness. Mary, you have a willingness. And the reason I'm using our names is that each person can relate to these archetypes.
Yep.
You have a willingness that goes deep and implodes outer expression into inner wisdom. You both cross over and each share the depth of your capacities with each other and tendencies and skills. Your connection and communion to each other serves the greater picture in ways that you can barely imagine now. And I could feel that in our three connections, and then in our connection to every single person that's here with us now today. This is good. You are good. You are whole and you are held. In so much tenderness and awe. Multitudes of heavenly hosts and cosmic support are ready. They stand to support you at your beck and call. If only you knew the power you really have. Lighthouses, yes. Light workers, yes. But more like nuclear reactors, yes. Woo! Be prepared for miracles. Both of you, all of you. You have asked. It is heard. You will receive. The vast scope and nuance of what is in store will amaze you all. Don't stop. There's so much more. Doors will fly open and opportunities will abound. All of you who prepare your heart for full answer, full restoration of your true nature. That alone can be the answer to your struggles, your needs, your craves, your wantings, your desires, your hungers, your petitions, your conditions, all set right through gnosis or knowledge, information, upgrades, restoration, and magic. Be prepared for beauty beyond comprehension. Be witnesses. Be participants. Be hosts of these new energies, and your wildest dreams will be set in motion in ways you cannot even yet comprehend. From the Divine Mothers. And then they gave us a transmission. And they're pushing me right this moment. It's right there. The light language words that came through right there, right through the Divine Mothers. And I'm going to grab my paper here, and this is the new illumined paradigm. More light, more freedom, uplifting, enlightening, truth, joy, and blessings. A release of the miracles. Time to embody Source Creator. However you perceive source, origin. Akuna, Manu, Mamu, to Allah, Maina, Mi, Nuani, Shuna, Torna, Tu, Asha. I am. Beltona, I am. Love embodied. Now.
Wow, thank you, Saleena. I'm amazed, but at the same time not amazed, because what you have written it down and you have read it, and what you have spoken about, we haven't spoken for 3 weeks now. So, and when we connected, I said I did a ceremony the 9th of July, and so much downloads and the new. And what you have read kind of summon up everything I also kind of the download and the divine feminine. And I was asked once more, because what we are talking about is actually the shamanic part, shamanic journeying and connecting to the essence of us. Because if we go into shamanism, the core of it was female energy, the holder. But for so many years we have had masculine holders, and it's nothing wrong with it, but now it is kind of a new energy. It's the feminine holder that wants to, and the Divine Mother that wants to activate us, hold us, and music, songs. And last time you said, I know that it's something you that wants to be born in you, Ann-Peggy. And I was also in this ceremony, sing more, use more hymns, use more sound, because when I was in Guatemala, I go back to this life very often. When I work as a shaman, I used my voice so much. I sang, I rattle, I drum, and everything. And this is an activation. And when we use our own voice, it is more powerful than other voices, kind of, because we activate from within.
Yeah, the traditional name for that is bardist.
Ah.
You are a songbird, you are a bardist. You sing your stories. You sing the higher energies into the earth plane. You tell stories. It's through your voice, your sound, your songs, your stories.
Yeah.
And your energies.
Yeah.
In the Mayan tradition, it was the twisted hairs. They were the storytellers. And in the Celtic tradition, they were the bardists and the bard and the bardist. And they sang reality. They sang whatever they wanted into reality.
Yes. Yes.
Because the sounds, they shape reality.
Yeah.
And I did want to acknowledge that here we are, three of us, and two of us are carrying very, very strong streams of the feminine energy this moment. And Colin is anchoring that masculine energy, or we're anchoring, and he's bringing in this higher masculine energy that brings balance. And all week in all that we did, dancing with the five rhythms, the 5 elements and the 5 rhythms in our art retreat and painting these things, it just kept coming. It has to be balanced. It's not about the feminine taking over once again, or the masculine taking over. It's about coming into a sacred marriage with the masculine and weaving together those energies and bringing us into wholeness.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. And when I was in this ceremony, I have done Divinity Reset, and it was a guidance. You need to do another invitation to the new human. So I have made a sound file, so I would add to this podcast, because it is an activation. You use vibra keys as an activation. I use my sound and guide them into meditation so they can activate through words and vibration and what comes in where they journey. Because the most important when in shamanism is to journey, because it is direct revelation, and what we speak about, it is direct revelation. That's the main path. That when we want to kind of live with our strength, it is through direct revelation. That's kind of the feminine holder. Everything comes through us.
Well, one of the key roles of a shaman or a medicine woman, that type of a person in community, or a psychic or an intuitive. There's so many today, before we would have one per village, and now they're everywhere because of our internet connection and because of our awakening and people remembering that this isn't just a gift one person has. We all have the capacity for this journey beyond this earth illusion, the false matrix, the densities. And what I'd like to do, I'd like to invite us to take a journey, because I can feel the path. If you're open to a journey, I can feel the path if you're ready for that.
Yeah, I was sensing some. I feel like I'm already there. Wherever that is.
I was supposed to say the
same. Yeah.
Well, quite often when we do what we call our vibra key explorations, or vibra key live streaming exploring, we use the vibra keys as portals and touch point into the designs. And so these are the two that came up today to use for the journey. And when you do this, you choose the design and you focus on it and let your eyes play into the design and then allow yourself to be drawn through and allow whatever happens. No judgment, everybody perceives and sees and feels and knows differently in their own revelations and their own intuition. And so there's no right or wrong way to do this. We just have a unique way that we do that we will guide you and take you along with us, and then you'll have your own experience with this. It feels like you are the host to usher us into the sun ascension portal to begin our journey. So I will let you begin.
Okay. Well, looking at there we are, the center there, right in the middle of this image, there's an energy. It's like a beam, but it's more sort of magnetic in nature. So if you become aware of it, you'll sense an attraction as a magnet would attract a metal object. But it's almost like it's here. The attraction is here in your heart, and it's drawing us through this spiral. So you see the spiral here. We're being drawn through, and as we appear to be in a spiral ourselves, heading towards this very, very, very bright light that seems to be source. It is source. So we're heading for the very pure source energy, where ourselves, our wholeness resides, where we're before we divided, we were this. And as we approach that point, we can see ourselves as separate, but we know ourselves as one. And it's that point of origin, that source of creation itself, that we're embodying. That's our gift, if you like, in this moment, is to be consciously embodying that, and knowing ourselves to be this. So I think part of this journey is just to be there and acknowledge that, feel the expanse of it, because it is infinite. It's like your sign at the back, Ann-Peggy, but we're right where your head is. We're right in the middle. In fact, it's doing the same here, isn't it? It's doing the same here.
Yep.
We're right in the middle point, the still point of the infinity loop.
Yeah.
Where there's no beginning and no end, right at the very center of this, where we're the architects, we're the originators, we're the creators. And this energy is just asking to be present in us.
I have a sound for it.
Okay.
The same eternity, this same small loop, eternity.
There's a song that Sophia gave that's the cosmic love song to Mother Earth. And it starts out, my love is larger than a universe. My love is bigger than a universe. My love rocks you in a cradle of sea and space and stars. in love, in love, in love. As Colin was beginning to, as I was tuning in and moving through that sun ascension portal and beginning to open up, like, where are we going? On the way, I saw a group of divine feminine mother figures embodied somehow so that we can see them and represent them. And they are inviting us into a circle. And within this circle, they're asking us to drop our identities.
Yeah.
Everything that we know that we are. Colin and I do this thing where we unzip each other. And so each of us in a triangle here, and everybody else, if you find a partner and have them unzip you from, here down, and let this outer skin drop away, the identities, the ego, everything we've believed ourselves to be, and just let that unzip and fall away. As mine falls down to what seems to be a ground in this place, this space, and they're telling me this is the heart of creation. This is the heart of creation. It just kind of sizzles and melts away, and I'm standing here as a being of light, unformed, no opinions of myself, open. And I'm looking at each of you, and you're standing there like columns of light. And what the mothers are saying is there must be love and light. There must be love and light. This is the alchemy of creation, of remembering the truth of your wholeness. And so they're just all holding up their hands and moving energy in toward us in this pure, pure love. And what I'm seeing is very much like the center of this, that there's this Vesica Pisces pool of liquid gold. And they're just saying pink has represented the feminine and blue has represented the masculine in certain cultures. But when they're merged, it's gold. When you have come into balance, you're gold.
Yep.
You're made of pure creational gold energy of love and light in the heart of creation. And the spirit of the bees, which is really interesting to me, that the bees, they spend their lives nectaring on golden pollen, and pure sweet nectar. And this is part of this activation is to connect us to the nectar. We've been disconnected and in a way malnourished here on earth. We, maybe some have learned how to connect up and receive their energies from pure source and be nourished like the mana, the pure nectar of source.
Yeah.
And that seems to be what we're here for, is to open up. And what they're inviting us is just to imagine yourself diving into this pool of pure golden nectar, source energy, origin, more comprehensive, more whole, and just soak it in like a straw, like you're porous. You just let it soak into your body, into your mind, into your column of light.
We are it all.
We are. We just have forgotten these things sometimes.
And when you talk about bee, I just want to add bumblebee, because bumblebee have been with me for 3 months, and it means, as your topic, the impossible is possible. So we have moved into a paradigm where the impossible is possible. The new energy is kind of activating. The impossible is possible.
It is.
Mm.
It is. And so what the mothers are inviting us to do in this moment is to allow this light body to soak up this pure gold honey nectar of pure source, a balance of love and light, the origin energies, the origin food. And then just imagine opening a portal, a column all the way down, like a straw, all the way down into your physical body here on earth. Because this is about embodying.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
about drawing this into the physical form, bringing source directly into our form. And this is part of why we decided to come this time and to embody, is to experience everything here in the density, the false matrix, and create a memory in our flesh, in our body, in our DNA. And then, as overachiever light workers, we believe that we could do this. We came here to take these bodies and ascend them this time, not leave them. In the past, we've ascended in different experiences, but we've left the body and become more, etheric.
Yeah.
This time we're taking the bodies with us.
Yes.
And it's very important that we fill them and nourish them and connect them up to this pure source food,
Yeah.
nectar, nourishment. And it does come through the mothers. They are the feed. They feed us, they nourish us. And the pancreas is actually part of the physical body where this nourishment from the mothers comes through. It processes the blood sugar, it processes the levels of sugar and nourishment in our body and our blood. And so we open that portal right through our pancreas and allow this flow to cleanse our pancreas, to clean any blocks that we've had through being disconnected or separated from where our true source of nourishment comes from.
Mm.
Oh, just feel it filling you. Allow it to come in just like it's pouring golden liquid into your body, straight in. And one thing that's been coming to me very strong is we keep looking for the light out there, to go to the light, to get the light to come to us. And really, there on each side of Colin and right in the middle of this other vibra-key at the point center, that's right here. It's right lower in our dantian, in our belly, in our heart. It's in us. We are the light that we keep seeking out there.
Yeah.
And that's the illusion that we've been fed to keep us from our power, is to believe that we have to go get it from somewhere. But it's right there inside of us all the time. We just have to wake up and remember and allow it and choose it and then practice being the light.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said practice, because doing a ceremony or being activated by a vibro key or all this initiation, it is easy kind of. But after, the most important is, as you say, to embody it. Because we have kind of an opening and we feel it, because all of us three, we feel the heart. The heart is all over. It's kind of, it's eternal and it's so big, and we feel the open heart. But when we are in this journey for others that have started it, when we have this journeying afterwards, to remind ourselves and also to journey and to write down, to be more and open, to surrender and surrender and surrender, and to work on the embodiment. Because I have worked with a lot of people that I have tagged shamanic journeying with, and other people that have come to me and say, how can you have go so far? And it is because I embody it, because a lot of what we have learned, we do it just to the mental, the head. When we really embody it, we take it through our heart. We hold it with the feminine heart, the divine heart.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so glad that you say the embodiment, because what I see as one of the most important now, it is the embodiment of this newness, not it as a mental concept, but as a living practice, being and embodying it.
Yeah, it's really about choices. When you know the old beliefs, the old thoughts, the old habits, the old traumas, they're going to keep coming in and trying to anchor in and play out. And what I've been realizing is the majority of my interactions with relationships are patterns. And no matter how much you look at the other person and say, if you would just change that way, everything would be better. If you really look, you'll see that when they say that, you always say this, and then they say that, and then you say this, and then you feel this way, and they feel that way. And it's the same every time in that particular interaction in a relationship. And the day that you look at it and go, oh my gosh, it's patterns.
Yeah.
It's a pattern that's running, and it doesn't want to change. It wants to run. And I have a piece of it, and you have a piece of it. And what I've noticed is even if one of you changes your pattern, it disrupts that program, because they're programs. And that takes practice, and that takes conscious noticing, and then a choice point. Like, I'm not going to run that program. Okay, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to say something different. I'm going to feel something different. Okay, I wake up depressed. Well, I go to my window and I look outside and I get some sun in my eyes, and I breathe and I connect to the trees, and I look for joy, what do you call them? Clues. You look for the clues. You look for the breadcrumbs that these kind of journeys have scattered, these breadcrumbs of light and love along the path. But then we go back to sleep, and then you have to like find your way to these higher ways of being.
Yeah.
And it is practice, and it's choices, and it's almost every moment choices to choose ecstatic states like joy, appreciation, gratitude, ecstasy, whatever you can do to connect with those, and living water too, because all the elements will teach us and show us the way.
Yeah.
In every single one of them, because all nature has clues. It's embedded with the truth, with answers. And when we connect to nature, it comes back to us. It comes into us in ways that aren't conversations usually. It's an energy, it's a transmission. And they help us remember and awaken.
Yeah. And when you talk, you have spoken also about the identity, the programming, and all this openness. And to put it into practical also, if you see as the feminine holder, the divinity, and what everything can come up. Because when we line up, all of us said that, oh, we have seen so many old patterns in relatives and in the big society. And my family had a family meeting the 3rd of July. And what came up, it was 30 years of patterning that came up. And it was deep, and it was difficult, because it's life and death kind of pattern. And I hold the space for the family, and I cried and I cried and I cried, and my children, oh sorry mother, I said it's okay, because we are now invited to hold it, so everything can come up. So but being a holder also, you have to be emotional available also to hold it. And emotion is not bad, it's good, it's actually what moves everything. But
Yes.
but to be the feminine holder, it can require, because if I was in my old programming, just to put it in a practical way, if I was in my old programming, everything that come up, it could be easy to just go into all the stories and all the identities, because it's so many identities, it's so many patterning, it's so many programming. And I just, because all will come out, wow, 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 it was so healing. And also the team with the oldest son that committed suicide 10 years ago, it was 2nd of July, it was 10 years since he committed suicide. That also came up, and all in that triggered in us. That is life, death, life, death, life, death. So it's, yeah, the 3rd of July in our family, it was wow. The healing that happened this day in our family was wow.
Wow. Yes. And that's my birthday, the 3rd of July.
Ah!
And different names, different situations. The same thing has been happening in my family with my children
Yeah.
and my mother, and even my father, who is on the other side. That's one of the things that has come very clear. The same night that Mary received this transmission from the mothers, my father said he wanted to speak. And one of the things that he said is, I can help, and your ancestors can help. We love you, but you have to ask us and give us permission, and then we can help with our own gifts and talents and skills from this side. And that was really interesting coming from my father and from my dad, and so the veils are thinning.
Yeah.
And that's the things that he said, the veils are thinning. Please have more conversations with us.
Yeah.
Connect with us, because we are part of the circle of love.
Yeah.
And, we quite often, one of the things that was taught to us was separation.
Yeah.
In so many ways, we were taught to be separated from nature and be afraid of nature. And cover it up and don't connect with it. We were taught to be separate from each other and be afraid of connection and opening up to each other. We were taught to, the false matrix turned everything upside down. It's inverted, and even made to fear numbers that are power, and sounds that are powerful, and so that they could be used by only a few and feared by the many.
Yeah.
Which depowered us and made us able to be controlled and used and become food for a few.
Yeah.
And because they're afraid of us. That's what's so amazing, is that we are such powerhouses, nuclear generators, lighthouses, that they had to make us believe we were victims and that we were powerless to even begin to control us.
Yeah.
And the control is all here.
Yeah.
It's
all
in
yeah.
our beliefs and our habits and our programs.
Yeah.
And we have skills to bust those, to break those apart, to dissolve those, to remove them and make new choices and wake up and step into, connect up to this divine source, this pure nourishment from the mothers, from the fathers, from the divine creator, whatever you attach to who and what source creator is. That's what we are to become embodiments for source, vehicles for source to experience.
To express.
And all experiences are, it's not like we have to say that was horrible, I'm discarding all of that. I'm just making choices not to do that anymore, but I honor all of the experiences I've had, all the experiences I've witnessed and seen here in this density and this false matrix, so that it stays in my memory, in my DNA, but it doesn't play out and form my reality. And that's where, that's where, I mean, we're being invited to go, where we are being formed and informed from within the light that we are.
And what actually happened when because you said from the when we go from living in the head and living in the heart, we actually don't need to sleep so much. Because when I was much in my head, I was tired all the time and I need more sleep. But when we move over and stay in the heart and open, because then the source energy comes through us all the time and we don't need to rest so much. We don't need to sleep so much. And we see a lot of sleep deprivation. A lot of people have trouble sleeping. But if you go out of your head, you sleep natural. It is like a divine flow, a divine rhythm. So you get more energy and you need less sleep if you live through your heart. That's what happens. It's like I sleep not half, I sleep more than half, but I sleep much less than I did before, because I have so much more energy. So, and also as you spoke about new energy, we start to eat differently. I only eat organic, healthy, because the body you just listen to the body and it says what it wants. And we don't need so much food as well.
Been eating a lot of chocolate, pure organic chocolate. The cravings have changed. The ability for my body to listen to my body.
Yeah.
The things that I'm being inspired to eat are different than when I pushed myself trying to heal my body and push myself to a very narrow vein of, even I'm organic, non-GMO, fresh as possible, and no meat, that, all of that. And then in these new energies, something's changing. The field is broadening again. My body is saying, I need certain things. Some days it needs fish. Some days it needs chocolate.
Yep.
Some days it needs nothing but water and fruit, and to listen. That's the key, not to make any big rules, definitions. They said we're blowing the lid off of definitions, and so we're expanding. And you just notice, when I eat something, how does it feel? If that doesn't feel good, don't eat it again today, but maybe tomorrow it might be okay. It's very different.
Yeah, so what you say is like, because the sensory of us, we become more sensory aware. So it is kind of not only the eyes, but we sense everything. So we are in relationship to everything. So if we just are connected to our expanded senses, we know what is good for us, and we connect with the food because we are the food. We become food. So yes, so we are starting to live a complete new way. We are becoming the new human, the Homo luminous.
Yes, we are. I say yes.
I have said yes, and I say yes every day.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm. Just want to connect up a little more deeply to each of our heart and our power center, so that inside of you, if you imagine where your heart center is, high heart, middle heart, whatever it is. And if you put your hand just in the middle of you, maybe a little above your navel, there is a power center there, a true power center. It's not even the solar plexus. It really doesn't have to do with the definitions of chakras. They're areas and they're feelings. And they bypass all the definitions of what, we've cornered our chakras into being. And you feel those two and imagine just running a figure 8 between them to connect up the power, the love, and the light. where this pure source you-ness comes through in your power center. And then move your hand down to a little bit lower on the lower belly. And there's another center there. There's another power center there, right in the cradle of your sacrum bone. And that sacrum bone is called the God bone. And it's a powerful center. And it's usually not fully activated. And you can feel how connecting to this nourishment, this source nectar, is warming that area. You can feel it beginning to warm and beginning to heat up a little bit. And then take that figure 8 and run it through the heart, down through the power center in the solar plexus area, your own personal power center, and then down into this sacrum power. It's like a ball of energy. It's almost like that point of light that is shining through the sun ascension portal. It's like the color of the nectar, and it's just growing like a pool right in our, anchoring into our lower sacrum cradle. And then what I suggest is that we take that and we run it down both legs and anchor it straight into Mother Earth. And as we allow it to flow into Mother Earth, we connect with all the elements, the water, the living water, the fire, the air, the earth, the stones, the trees, the plants, the animals. And then we move out and we touch all humans with this energy. We touch all humans, bringing this pure nourishment into ourselves, into every cell, every seed string. Seed strings are the vibratory cross between the form and the unformed. And where we come into form, there's these little hair-like seed strings that vibrate, even before cells and atoms and things like that. And just allow them to dance and sing in this new energy. And as they dance and they sing in this new energy, it nourishes and brings this balance of the masculine, the feminine, the love and the light, infusing our bodies. And not just our own personal bodies, but running into the earth and spreading out and connecting to every living thing, biological and even not biological, if there is such a thing, energetic or whatever. And it's changing us all. It's changing our reality. It's changing everyone and everything. And we are embodying this more and more and more. And we are so grateful to the Divine Mothers, to the Divine Fathers, to Source Creator, whether you call it Source Creator God or you call it Source Creator She or whatever it is. And then even beyond to the origin point of the Creator of all creators. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes. I embody you now. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Saying yes.
Vibrating like a wow. My whole body is warm and vibrating. And this morning, the mothers were laughing and they were saying, lighten up. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we get so serious. It's so serious sometimes. And there is the lightness and a loveness about this that's soft and beautiful and humorous and fun.
Yeah, and it's open more and more, and July have been even more. It started for me though in April, and then May, and then June, and now July. It's like every night when I go to bed, I'm so activated and I have visions, and it happens so much with my body. So I am in a kind of constant ceremony, and my body is changing so radicals. But I'm just saying, okay, thank you, thank you. And some of all this movie I get, because my sight, my eyes haven't, as I have said earlier, hasn't been the strongest, but now it comes a lot of movies also. So yeah, it's expanding so much, and I just say thank you, thank you, thank you. And I say to all the creation every morning, every night, and I wake up and I'm so activated. So I'm sure that you also feel all this activation, and it's not one way to put it, because I experience it in my body, and you in your, all of us experience differently, and it's no wrong way to experience it, but just to say thank you and open up to it.
Well, what I was feeling as a lot of that was going on, that I was actually holding a space, but not just holding space. There was something, again, what was coming through was this source energy and it had enabling. There's a word there, this encoding, but there was something about everything opening up. So it was for the mother energy was holding, and we were taking in that beautiful, that nectar. But within there, there's something like sprinkling of sparks of creation. There's something just because we used to use source dust. If you remember, we used to play with source dust. It felt like that was what I was sprinkling into that. Was this? It's very difficult to describe, but it's super alive. This creative life force that is now living in us.
Yeah.
So as we drink this, as we drink the nectar, and it begins to alter the way our bodies feel and behave, as you were describing with nutrition and
Yeah.
sleep and
Yeah.
the patterns that we've used to. But now, if you begin to think about how you're perceiving our reality, how is it feeling and looking now that you're looking from source, now that you are source, now that you're living, breathing source being,
Yeah.
what does that feel like? And yeah, you're going to bump into stuff like Saleena was describing, and Ann-Peggy, the family stuff is going to bubble up, the
Yeah.
stuff going to come up.
Yeah.
But you're looking at it from a different place. You're looking at it from here now.
Yeah.
And the emotional components are not there that they used to be. The going back around the loop, it's a lot easier not to. And I noticed myself walking along the street the other day, and I had my chatter was going on, like, oh, I don't like that car. Oh, look at the color of that. Look at that lady's wearing a bright. And I was listening to myself, thinking, well, and I thought, well, I could actually not do that, couldn't I? I could actually not have that background chatter going on, and I could just look at things anew.
Yeah.
And it's a practice, like you were saying, it's a practice that we
Yeah.
can now play with, because I don't think it like Saleena was saying, this isn't a test or this isn't got to be hard. This is like, let's make almost like a game of this. We're playing at source creating. It doesn't have to be a serious game. This is and the rules, there are none.
No, there are not.
There aren't any rules. It's like, so how do I play this? Because I know somebody, I created an image some years ago, and it was like, I gave it to someone and they said, oh, how do I use it? Well, I don't know. It's, it's a bit like the vibra keys. What are they for? Well, let's find out.
Yeah.
Do you know,
Right.
yeah, this is it. It is
War.
a lot more flexible than, you know, anyway, that was my little bit.
Beautiful.
Thank you,
Beautiful.
Colin. Yeah.
that pretty much sums it up and brings a nice, flair to the tip of our experience. Thank you.
Yeah. And thank you so much, Saleena, for guiding us on a journey, and Colin for summing it up so perfectly. And yeah, it is so many ways to be activated, and now we have dwelled into this topic. And also, as I said, I will put a guided meditation, because that's another way of being. But we have so many ways to help each other to find this uniqueness of ours. So vibro key will function on someone, and a guided meditation into being the new human, or other things. It's like it will also show up in our everyday life if you just, as you said, Colin, just see with new eyes, kind of. It's just letting it reveal itself.
Yeah, it's quite a new experience if you once you realize.
Yeah.
I think what we're being asked to do is not just remember, but accept, acknowledge.
Yep.
There's other words to describe this. What we need to be doing now is actually not just saying I am all that is, but acknowledge. We are.
Embody.
We are source. We are this being. We are this astonishingly large, indefinable. And it's light, it's love, all of those things.
Admit it. We have to admit it.
Yeah. Just let it be, as it were.
Accept it. Yeah. And the most amazing thing is, it's all built into us, inside of us. It has been all along.
All along, yep.
And it's there to discover now, because it's being uncovered. We're being uncovered. The truth is being revealed.
Yes.
And one of the biggest truths is the light is inside of us. The love is within us. Like you said, the God within. Not out there somewhere. Not out there somewhere.
Mm.
And the truth is being revealed in astonishing, rapid fire ways right now. And wow.
Direct revelation from the inside.
I'm feeling mirth. Mirth is the word that keeps coming. It's like, I was just thinking, I was just feeling, how does Source Creator witnessing us trying to define and figure this out, and how to talk about it, and how to do it and be it? There must be such, giggling going on, watching that part of ourselves try to figure this out.
Yeah.
But we're doing it.
Well, thank you, both of you, so much for this gathering and this podcast. Wow. I hope that people really can take something and feel the vibration that we have emanated from this podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Aloha.
Thank you for listening to the Divine Design podcast with Ann-Peggy Divine. Join us next Sunday for another Heaven on Earth unfolding conversation. With grace, reverence, and unity, may the path of your divine design light the way. From the divine in us to the divine in you.